KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to the Post 60 Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show, live from Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa. You're invited to join us as we talk with Arrows head coach Brian Long and Junior Legion coach Scott Sneathen. The Ottawa American Legion Baseball Coaches Show is brought to you by Pizza Time, where you can enjoy food or drink specials during the show. Now, here's your host, Derek Chappell.
Good afternoon and welcome to Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa for this edition of the Ottawa American Legion Baseball Coaches Show. Derek Chappell joined by head senior Legion coach Brian Long. And Brian, good to be back with you. I appreciate Gary sitting in last week while I was away. Sounds like you guys had a good show and propelled you into a pretty good week that didn't exactly start how you wanted it to in that first game in Emporia, did it?
No, we got off to a rough start. We didn't swing the bats all that well down in Chanute, and then it kind of carried over the next day. Where we kind of walked through the motions and didn't play very well. Dropped a 3-2 decision, had a tying run thrown at the plate late in the game. Just made too many mistakes and didn't make adjustments at the plate, and it culminated in a loss that was just indicative of how we'd been playing the last three games.
Of course, now we're talking about the Sam Ellis tournament that was in Emporia last weekend, and some fantastic teams in this tournament from Salina, Wellington, Emporia, of course, that took you in that first game 3-2. But you bounced back after that first one, then took on Salina after that, I believe it was, and kind of got on a roll because the runs started rolling in after that.
We made adjustments to the plate, started playing with a lot more energy. When we do those kind of things, we're going to be very tough to beat.
So you took on talk to me a little bit about Salina. Here's the teams you beat, by the way, for those who didn't follow the tournament over the weekend. You lost to Emporia in the first round. You beat Salina, then you had to play Wellington, Shawnee Mission North, Emporia again, which I'm sure was fun, and then, of course, Salina again. So kind of run through that for me, if you would, and talk to me about the positives you took out of that fantastic run that you had after that first night.
Well, first of all, our pitching was just outstanding. We had great efforts from Trenton Ferguson, Chance Crowley, Dalton Rankin, Johnny Nash, and then we had some bullpen success as well with Brody Mundell coming in the championship game and closing the door, picking up the save there in the championship game. The bats started rolling. We started stringing hits together. Donovan Sudi continued just a tremendous tear that he's been on to start this season. He ended up with the tournament MVP. Hit 3 home runs in the tournament. I think he had 13. He had 2 home runs in the tournament and 13 RBIs.
That's a summer for some kids.
It is.
There was like 12 or 23 on the weekend or something like that. It was some phenomenal batting average.
I think that's exactly right.
That's a phenomenal weekend. So the bats started coming around. If you look at the totals for the tournament, by the way, after that first night, you all totaled, you outscored your opponents 58-15. Now I know you and I have talked about your pitching staff, and that's really the strength of this ball club. But if you're scoring 10+ runs a game, you're not going to get beat. You better not.
Not very often, that's for sure.
I mean, so talk to me about the adjustments you made to all of a sudden just knock out. I mean, that's an incredible ratio to outscore your opponents 58-15. With that quality of talent and those teams in a tournament like this,
the biggest challenge for us is hitting the off-speed pitch. We tend to sit fastball and hit a lot of fastballs, and you know the scouting report's going to get out on us. It's no secret that. That's the way to stay in the game with us is to keep us off balance at the plate. We just need to stay inside the ball, let the ball travel a little bit further in the zone and think right field, think opposite field, think back up the middle. When we made those adjustments, then that's when we had our success at the plate, put a lot of balls in play, made the other team make the plays, put a lot of pressure on their defense, and it translated into quite a bit of success at the plate.
Let's talk to me about some other players that maybe established themselves for you over the weekend that you can build on from their performance as you look ahead.
Jared Perenne started hitting the ball really well. He's kind of the car starter. He's one of those guys that we want him in that top spot of the lineup. Trevor Boehm did an outstanding job at the plate as well. Going on down the line, we've got probably the most formidable 3-4 hitters in the state, with Trenton Ferguson batting in the 3-hole and then Sudi batting in the 4th hole. Having Owen Lamar come back after having missed a few games for being at Boise State, he came off like he hadn't even been out for very long. So you add that into the lineup, and then follow with, Brock Huddleston's been having a pretty good year at the plate. On down the line, we're just, you put together a lineup like that, and you should be able to put up 10 runs a game.
You mentioned Owen Lamar. He is going to join us here a little bit later. We'll talk about not only his performance over the weekend, but we'll talk to him about attending Boise State. Always quite an experience and a pleasure to be able to go and do that. And we'll talk a little bit more about the games tonight. You're going to be back down in Emporia, believe it or not. You've already faced him twice. Boom, let's turn right around and go back.
Should have had a discount on hotel rooms down there. Wouldn't have to drive so much.
You know how to get there, that's for sure. If you're just joining us, stick around. We are at the Ottawa American Legion Baseball Coaches Show live from Pizza Time. We'll come back and talk to Junior Legion head coach Scott Sneathen about his week past and the week ahead. You're listening to the Ottawa American Legion Baseball Coaches Show live from Pizza Time on 103.7 FM and 1220 KOFO.
Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa has been Ottawa's pizza joint since 1985. Enjoy their lunch buffet Monday through Friday from 11 to 2. Dine in or carry out your order. Call 242-TIME. That's 242-8463. It's always time for pizza at Pizza Time.
Roof damage? Go with locally owned roofing expert Stephen Reeve at Reeve Roofing. Their slogan, Reeve the roofing to us. Get it? Instead of leave, it's Reeve, like Autumn Reeves or Don't Reeve Me This Way. Well, just remember the best choice is Reeve Roofing, 913-488-8144. Okay, I'm Reeving now.
Having any sort of relationship today can be difficult. Modern Woodmen of America knows what it takes to stay committed. Our financial advisors offer personal guidance to help you create a financial plan you can count on. Isn't it time you were in a secure relationship?
Hello, I'm Dale Pearson, your Modern Woodman agent in Ottawa, Kansas. Call me today at 242-6566.
Modern Woodman of America.
Modern Woodmen, touching lives, securing futures.
Our regulars join us from Gardner, Wellsville, Ottawa, Rantoul, Lane, Richmond, Williamsburg, Waverly, Garnett, and of course, Princeton. Brandon Iron Bar and Grill, a dining destination for Franklin County and beyond, just off Highway 59 in Princeton.
The next general consignment auction at the Eastern Kansas Auction Barns coming up June 24th. Consign your items today by calling Daryl Stottlemyre. Now, don't worry about harmful outside elements because the Eastern Kansas Auction Barn is a large indoor climate control facility. Consignments can be anything: farm implements, lawn and garden equipment, tools, furniture, and collectibles. If you have something to sell, call Daryl Stottlemyre at 785-241-0208. And we'll see you June 24th at the Eastern Kansas Auction Barn auction.
Using Groupon, people can save up to $1 gazillion a week. Not each of them, of course, but all of them combined. In reality, you can save up to $100 a week on what you do every day. Getting a haircut? Check Groupon. Need an oil change? Check Groupon. Now, we are in no way implying that you could save $1 gazillion a week on nearby yoga classes, golfing, Italian restaurants, or resorts. However, use the top-rated Groupon app and save up to $100 a week on what you do every day. Download the app and save. Groupon.
Napa know-how. Why should you grab Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil for $5.59 a quart at Napa? 2 words: road trip. To see the biggest ball of twine or a crater shaped like Abe Lincoln. Because if your ride isn't running strong, all you're going to see is the side of the road. Valvoline Synthetic Oil, just $5.59 a quart. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer expires 6/30/17.
KOFO and Beckman Motors are sending you to see the 2-time World Series champion Kansas City Royals at the K this summer. To win tickets, register at Beckman Motors in Garnett, and you could be there to see the Royals host the Toronto Blue Jays on Friday, June 23rd. We'll announce the winner on Monday, June 19th during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
Here's a swing and a high drive to deep right field. Way back is the right fielder, and it is gone. A home run by Mike Moustakas.
Register now to see the Kansas City Royals from Beckman Motors and KOFO.
Welcome back to Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa for the Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show. Joined now by Junior Legion head coach Scott Sneathen. And Scott, appreciate you stopping by again today. 2-2 over the last week at the Garnett tournament, and as we were talking a little bit here off the air, it was one of those things you can expect from a Junior Legion ball club, up and down.
Yeah, most definitely. The game that we think we're going to start off great, we don't, and then the games that we think we're going to start off rough, we do the opposite. We start great.
We had wins over Fort Scott and the Topeka Tornadoes. Tell me about what the takeaways from the victories that you had. They were pretty good scores. Really took it to them. Tell me about the positives from those wins.
Solid at-bats more than anything. Solid at-bats, solid pitching on the 2 wins. On the 2 losses, we're looking at errors again, young guys getting after it, and, just it may not be at the right place at the right time, or boot a ball or something similar to that.
Losses came to Lynn County and the Topeka Senators. Tell me a little bit, as a coach with the Junior Legion, of course, what you do to adjust to that. They're younger, they're going to make some mistakes along the way. They're kind of still learning this type of Legion ball. How do you adjust to that and help as the season goes on to prevent those mental mistakes?
Repetitions more than anything. Getting them back on the mound if they're having trouble pitching. Trying to get them to calm down. Sometimes they rush. A lot of these younger guys, they haven't been in the spotlight. And when they're on that mound or they're in a situation at the plate where we've got a guy in scoring position, they're not used to that, needing to get a hit, to go opposite field to try to get the guy to score. So just working through those lumps this early in the season are kind of what we're working on.
Is it more with the Junior Legion Ball Club? Is it you're not really teaching fundamentals at that point, but in a way you really are. You're teaching a lot of fundamentals of the mental part of the game.
Right. They're 16, 17 years old and sometimes younger. These kids have a lot of pressure on them outside of baseball, let alone you come in here and you're trying to perform great for your coach, your family, your friends that are out watching. It's tough. I mean, a large part of the issues that we're having on our team this summer so far have been mental.
We're talking with Scott Sneathen, Junior Legion coach on the American Legion Baseball Coaches Show. You've got Topeka and Garnett coming up ahead of you this week. Both home games, by the way, which will help. I think that kind of helps with the mental aspect or the mental aspect of the game, too, especially at this age. Tell me what you're going to see out of Topeka and Garnett this week.
Topeka's always a solid ball club. We saw them over the weekend. They're pretty tough. Again, just like normal. They reload every year. They pull from quite a few different schools in Topeka, so they can start practicing a lot sooner.
Okay.
Which, I don't want to make excuses, but we need to come to play ball against them.
Well, you talked about the repetitions. You practice sooner, you start practicing sooner, you get those repetitions, you get those kind of things in, and the mental aspect is already there a little bit. So that does help a ball club, I'm sure.
Right. We've got Thursday night. We've got to come out and play. Let's just say that, because they're going to bring their A game to Ottawa, and we're going to need to back ours up.
What time's the game Thursday?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock Thursday night, and then Garnett on Saturday.
Yep. Garnett comes to Ottawa on Saturday at 2. We'll play a doubleheader there against Coach Herman down there. He's got a good ball club. We saw him in the tournament, and they're doing some good things down in Garnett.
Good. So, again, you got to show up. Inning number 1, you got to be ready to play,
Yeah,
right?
most definitely.
Tell me about takeaways from the weekend or from this tournament, players that you maybe did a little better than you expected, or maybe somebody that you're looking forward to kind of carry you forward here.
Well, we're going to depend a lot on our pitching. Isaac Blaine came out and pitched the Topeka game. He kind of had a rough outing after the first couple innings. Was having trouble finding the zone a little bit, but one thing about it is his leadership came into the dugout after he exited the game, and he was one of the biggest cheerleaders. He came in, he cheered on Michael Hull. Michael Hull pitched a heck of a game after that. It's one of those things, the whole process of pitching and learning about it, and then coming in when you're not having a great day and coming in and being the biggest cheerleader, that says a lot about Isaac.
That does. Great leadership, for sure. Well, we wish you luck this weekend. Again, Topeka tomorrow, Garnett on Saturday, both home games. We invite everybody to come out to the ballpark, catch some Junior Legion action this weekend, and good luck, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Thank you very much.
That's Junior Legion head coach Scott Sneathen. Up next, we'll chat with Owen Lamar and Michael Hull, both players we've mentioned here today. You're listening to the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show, live from Pizza Time on KOFO.
Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa has been Ottawa's pizza joint since 1985. Enjoy their lunch buffet Monday through Friday from 11 to 2. Dine in or carry out your order. Call 242-TIME. That's 242-8463. It's always time for pizza at Pizza Time.
Today's cars made with high-strength steel and aluminum require new technology to be safely repaired. Here at CarStar, we provide our employees with education that is recognized by automobile manufacturers as well as your insurance company. Your car is a major investment, and we want to help you protect your family with a quality of work that you can rely on. Call 785-242-8916. That's 785-242-8916, and relax. We'll take it from here.
If you've never had dinner at the Brandon Iron Bar and Grill in Princeton, go ahead and check us out online. Just use your smartphone and Google us. We're on TripAdvisor, Yelp, Facebook, and at our own website, thebrandoniron.com, where you can take a look at our menu and get your craving started for what we call country cuisine. A plate full of hot roast beef and brown gravy. We serve smoked pork chops, and our hand-breaded chicken fried steak is a favorite. Our sizzling flame-grilled steaks can't be beat. Our website even features a secret items menu, thebrandoniron.com, in Princeton on Highway 59.
Worry less with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, thought you were going to be stuck at the repair shop with your car for a few hours.
I did too, but Liberty Mutual saved me from that nightmare.
Liberty did what?
Yep, with Liberty, I can get a repair estimate right on my phone. I just took a few photos of the dent and hit send. Now I just have to worry about getting the kids to soccer on time.
Wait, kids? Soccer? I gotta go!
Oh, bye.
Visit us online to get a quote. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Availability varies by state. Other restrictions apply. Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
With Zillow, you're not just looking for a house. You're looking for the pool that will turn your kids' fingers into prunes. The living room where your dad will explain the nuances of football to you. Yet again. The kitchen where you'll alphabetize your spice collection and discover forgotten, furry, what is that, in the back of the fridge.
You're not just looking for a house. You're looking for a place for your life to happen. And whether buying or renting, Zillow makes it easy with smart search features, photos, and more. Zillow, find your way home.
So cooking is not on the agenda tonight? Well, now it doesn't have to be with Groupon's food and drink category. Visit Groupon.com to find your next weeknight meal Wednesday. Whether it's with friends or family, Groupon has just the place for you to get everyone together to eat and enjoy each other's company. ABC's Daily Deal, sponsored by Groupon. Download the Groupon app and save up to $100 a week on what you do every day. Available on the Apple and Google Play App Store or visit Groupon.com.
Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball in East Central Kansas is KOFO. Home and away, you can hear all the action in 2017 on 103.7 FM and 1220. Brought to you by our many game sponsors and title sponsor Beckman Motors.
This afternoon, it's the Royals and the San Francisco Giants from AT&T Park. Join us from San Francisco for all the action. Our coverage starts at 2 on the Royals Radio Network.
Don't miss Royals baseball on KOFO.
Welcome back to the Ottawa American Legion Baseball Coaches Show, live from Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa. We're joined now by a couple of players who just happened to stop by. I grabbed a little lunch while they're here. Owen Lamar from the Ottawa Arrows Senior Legion Ball Club. And Owen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here today. Before we talk baseball, I want to talk a little bit. I learned while we were off the air that you missed a game last week and you were gone for a little while to Boise State, which is always quite an honor first to be asked to go.
Yeah.
You were out in Manhattan. Tell me a little bit about your experience at Boise State.
Well, going in, I heard from my grandpa who told me I should go and enjoy and see what it's like. I had no clue what it was going to be. Most kids that went were just like, why am I here?
I got to be honest with you. I went 40 years ago, and I was the same way. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was a good experience, wasn't it?
Yeah. You start out, you're like, this isn't going to help me at all. I'm just here to help my resume. It's going to look good.
So what was it you took away then that you realized, okay, this is a good thing?
Well, I've met a lot of new people, and I kind of got into what life is like, and it's real. Their motto was, it's a week that's going to change your life, and it definitely did change my life.
I'm glad you had that experience and that opportunity. It's a great thing, and it's a very big honor to be asked to do that. Let's switch gears then and talk about baseball. Now, you missed a game, which I know you had to just be chomping the bit, even though you were having fun and being a Boise State. I know that was difficult for you. Tell me what happened once you got back in action. You told me a little bit about it while we were off the air, but didn't swing it back for a few days. It felt a little foreign in your hands, didn't it?
Yeah, being away for a week, I was kind of hesitant on what I was going to look like after being gone for a week and not doing much, but I coming back, I
got a few swings and kind of got back into the handle of it and started hitting the ball. So I was kind of fell right back into where I was.
Kind of like riding a bike, right?
Yeah.
You jump back on and you get back after it. Tell me about, we talked to your coach a little while ago. Tell me your takeaways from this tournament this past weekend down in Emporia about what you saw your ball club do after the first loss, which you weren't involved in. But the rest of that weekend, did you kind of see some things change in this ball club that you think can carry you guys through the rest of the summer?
Yeah, after hearing that we had lost that first game, I kind of saw when I came back the team really came together and started playing as a unit. We kind of sounded like we were kind of messing up and kind of one after another errors, but coming back, I kind of looked like that was kind of disappearing. We were starting to click together.
Well, I think, and with especially like players like yourself that have been in the system for a couple of years and played with Coach Long and some of these other guys, that you really, there are games where you kind of forget that it is a team thing, and you got to have each other's back. And if somebody's having a mental error, a mental mistake, or needs a lift or a pick me up here, that's kind of your role as a senior member of this club, isn't it?
Yeah, like we got Keegan Finch, another middle infielder that I've worked a long time with, and we kind of understand each other, and once we have something goes wrong, we kind of got each other's back. We kind of pick each other up and keep the game going.
And I know for your coach, that helps to be able to have you to be able to kind of coach yourself on the field as things happen. That sure helps.
Yes, it does.
That's a good thing. Well, hey, good luck this weekend. I know you guys have a very busy schedule. We talked about that as well. We're going to talk to your coach here in just a little bit. And thanks for joining us today.
Yeah,
good luck this week. We're going to switch gears real quick and talk to Michael Hull now. Michael from the Junior Legion Ball Club, and your coach Scott Sneathen mentioned your name a little earlier about a pretty good weekend that you had in your wins over Fort Scott and Topeka. So, Michael, tell me a little bit about the takeaways you had from the tournament down in Garnett this past weekend.
I think we worked well, and like when we get going, we do good. But if we start to get down, we just we don't do very well.
He talked a little bit about some mental mistakes, and I know for a younger team, a Junior Legion Ball Club, that's going to happen with some of the ages and things like that. Do you think, as you went along over the weekend, that those were addressed and fixed the best they could be?
I mean, for the most part, yeah, but we still have that kind of mental block when we, like, if we get down even a little bit, then it kind of messes up the vibe, but we still, if somebody starts something and we get it going, then we can just keep going and getting hits. Just got to get that jump start.
Do you think that you'll be facing a couple of teams here tomorrow and on Saturday that you have seen already, that you saw in the tournament last weekend? Do you think that'll help you going into these ball games, kind of know what to expect?
Yeah, I mean, we need to play some more and get some more time in as a team. And I think that these few games will help us get ready for the weekend.
We're talking with Michael Hull, Junior Legion ball player here for the Ottawa American Legion Baseball Club. I'm going to put you on the spot, okay? I don't like to do this too often. I'm going to put you on the spot. Talk to me and critique your performance over this past weekend.
Over this past weekend, I pitched a little bit, and that didn't go very well. Kind of let the lead that we had go away, and I got kind of down on myself about that, but I'm ready to come back and do a lot better these next games.
And I'm sure you will. And you got a lot of games still ahead of you, so you can't let that get to you after just one weekend's worth of play. And I'm sure you guys will. Being at home is going to help too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always good in front of your home crowd, your home people, so that'll be a good thing, right?
Yeah, it feels a whole lot better being at home.
I bet it does. Well, Michael, thanks for joining us today. Good luck tomorrow, good luck Saturday, and the rest of the summer as it goes on, and we'll keep an eye on your stats and how well you're doing, all right, and your team. Thanks for joining us here today. That's Michael Hull, Junior Legion, Owen Lamar from the Arrows Senior Legion Ball Club. We'll come back after this break, talk with the head coach Brian Long about an amazingly busy week ahead for the Ottawa Arrows. You're listening to the American Legion Baseball Coaches Show on KOFO live from Pizza Time at 103.7 FM and 1220. Thanks, guys.
Here's your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast.
For your convenience, Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa offers free delivery of your prescriptions. Call now to have your next refill delivered right to your door. 242-2055.
Today, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, overcast with a high of 89. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 tomorrow morning, partly clear with a low of 69. Tomorrow, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 in the afternoon, mostly sunny with a high of 94. Tomorrow night, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, overcast with a low of 70. 84 in Overbrook, 82 in Osawatomie at the Ottawa Municipal Airport. Wind is out of the south at 13, relative humidity is 70%. Barometric pressure is steady at 29 and 0.8 of an inch of mercury. It's overcast and 84. At KOFO.
Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa has been Ottawa's pizza joint since 1985. Enjoy their lunch buffet Monday through Friday from 11 to 2. Dine in or carry out your order. Call 242-TIME. That's 242-8463. It's always time for pizza at Pizza Time.
This is Kevin at James Automotive, First and Main in Ottawa. Do you feel that wobble or that pull as you go down the road? It could be your tires. Schedule an appointment today and we'll take a look. 242-3376.
Get ready for the John Brown Jamboree.
First Option Bank presents
Smart Crow in concert June 17th at John Brown Park with special guests Jared Deck and Silver Bullet. Advance tickets $10. At the gate $15. Kids 8 and under free with adult admission. John Brown Jamboree 2017. Concert begins at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at First Option Bank, City Hall, and online at johnbrownjamboree.com. The special today at El Sol Mexican Restaurant, fajitas just $9.25. El Sol Mexican Restaurant, appetizers to combination plates, specialty dishes to steak platters, and for Los Niños, a fantastic kids menu. El Sol Mexican Restaurant, open Monday through Thursday, 11 till 9, Friday and Saturday, 11 till 10, Sunday, 11 till 3, at 210 South Main Street in Ottawa. Find them on Facebook and Twitter and online at OttawaElSolMexicanRestaurant.com.
And now for something deliciously different from Wendy's. Wendy's Double Stack is still an option in the 4 for $4. With a quarter pound of fresh beef, 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink. That's a deal so good it should not exist. Like how owls shouldn't be able to turn their heads all the way around.
Whew, wouldn't like that deal.
The 4 for $4 with your choice of a Double Stack, Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, or Crispy Chicken BLT. A deal so great, it's impossibly good, but not for long.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time. Meal includes 4-piece chicken nuggets, small fries, and a drink. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. Not valid in Alaska and Hawaii.
Napa know-how.
Why should you grab Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil for $5.59 a quart at Napa? 2 words, road trip. To see the biggest ball of twine or a crater shaped like Abe Lincoln. Because if your ride isn't running strong, all you're going to see is the side of the road. Valvoline Synthetic Oil, just $5.59 a quart. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer expires 6/30/17.
At Lowe's, we know pros need to give 110% every day. So we'd like to return the favor. This weekend at Lowe's, pro customers can ask to save 10% when you use a Lowe's credit account. That's 10% on purchases in-store and online. Because Lowe's believes that when you give 110% every day, you should save 10% whenever you can. See Lowe'sForPros.com or the Pro Desk for details. Offer valid June 16th and 17th, subject to credit approval and can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply, U.S. only.
Using Groupon, people can save up to $1 gazillion a week. Not each of them, of course, but all of them combined. In reality, you can save up to $100 a week on what you do every day. Getting a haircut? Check Groupon. Need an oil change? Check Groupon. Now, we are in no way implying that you could save $1 gazillion a week on nearby yoga classes, golfing, Italian restaurants, or resorts. However, use the top-rated Groupon app and save up to $100 a week on what you do every day. Download the app and save. Groupon.
We're back at Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa for the Ottawa American Legion Baseball Coaches Show. Derek Chappell along with head coach Brian Long. We invite you down, by the way, good crowd on hand today. We appreciate everybody being here for the show. You can always stop by and ask questions if you like or talk to some of the players. We'll be here every Wednesday except for next week, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. Now, you're going to Emporia tonight to see a team you've already faced, as we talked about. Games tonight are at 6 and 8 o'clock. Our Wise Guys Construction, Ottawa Chiropractic Chiropractic Clinic pregame show starts at 5:45 tonight. Don't worry about this rain that's over our shoulder here. We're not going to even talk about that because the last time I was here 2 weeks ago, we had a little hail issue. So I don't want to bring any rain, but I know we talked earlier. The Emporia field tonight, it's turf on the infield, grass on the outfield. You should be fine. Talk to me about what you're looking for tonight.
Just progression. We need to take the next step forward, starting to make some of the adjustments that we've been talking about, harping on in some cases. Emporia's definitely got our attention after last week. It's something that you don't forget that quickly when you play like that. So I think being able to get back and see them a couple times, making sure that we don't overlook them. They're a well-coached team. Anthony Markowitz is the head coach of the high school there. He's got a young team, and obviously they know what they're doing. They know how to game plan against the team, and we'll go down there and see if we can take a next step forward to becoming a complete team.
Well, you can't overlook tonight, obviously. I wish you the best of luck there. But as we do look ahead to the weekend, you guys are heading to Chanute. Always a tough ball club down there. Always difficult. You're playing games against Iola on Saturday morning, Neosho County in the afternoon. Tell me a little bit about this Chanute tournament on Saturday and Sunday and what you expect.
Saturday, Iola is always going to give us a challenge. They're not too far away from us, so they know what we're capable of. We know what they're capable of. They were a state qualifying team at the AA level last year. Neosho County is a new team. I think they're going to be a AA team. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they're two teams that we should be able to come out and play good baseball against. On the other side of the bracket, again, those Emporia guys over there lurking, and then Chanute and Pittsburgh. So I think out of the two pools, I think we got put into a lighter side of that. But like I said before, you can't overlook anybody. Pittsburgh's going to have a pretty salty team. Chanute we've already seen and gave us two great games down there in Chanute, and then Emporia there again. You know, it doesn't matter what pool you're in, because when you're the two-time defending state champion, the target is always on your back no matter what pool you're in. So you're going to get everybody's A game every time you face them. Now, you've got that on Saturday, then you play on Sunday, then all of a sudden you're leaving Sunday night from Chanute and you're heading north to Omaha for a Battle of Omaha tournament that is, just on paper to me, it looks extremely impressive. Very difficult, but you're talking about a crazy 5 days here. Yeah, it's going to be fun, though.
I mean,
so.
you're leaving right after a tournament in Chanute, and you're heading to Omaha. So tell me about this Battle of Omaha. We've got teams from Nebraska, Illinois, and New York, I believe.
Yeah, even though in one of the pools, there's a team from Alaska there. So
wow.
Teams from all over, Oklahoma, Idaho, Texas. We're going to see quite a bit of distance between teams that we normally see around Kansas, Missouri, that type of thing. So it's going to be a fun time to get up there, play some teams that we really have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. You're not going to see
Emporia, you're not going to see Chanute, you're
yeah.
going to see these teams up there. This is a whole different ballgame, isn't it?
And not to take anything away from those teams and those towns, but it's a refreshing challenge to be able to go up and play teams that we have no idea what they're going to bring to the table. It's kind of like going to a regional tournament, and that's something that we're going to be able to do. And then the fun part of it is, we get to take these guys to the College World Series while we're up there one night. I think that's going to be on Tuesday night, and get to see the next level of what a lot of these guys want to get to. And to be able to take them to that. And a lot of times it's their first experience to go to the College World Series. I haven't actually been since KU was in it back in 1993.
Been a while.
So it's been a long time for me, but it's a great facility, it's a great atmosphere, and it's a great opportunity for these guys to kind of bond together and gel as a team and play some good opponents and see where we are, get a measuring stick and maybe be able to hammer home some points that we've been trying to make at the beginning of the season.
Well, and a good team camaraderie, too, because you're away from here for a while. It's an overnight. It's a fun experience, like you said, going to the game. So it should be a great time for the kids, coaches, too, and then we wish you the best of luck in the Battle of Omaha. It looks like it'll be fun. Now, as we look ahead to the following week, after that, like we said, you go Saturday, Sunday, Chanute, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Omaha. So next Wednesday's coaches show will actually be on Thursday, the 22nd, since we won't be here on Wednesday. But that is quite a week ahead of you. how do you get these guys prepared? You know, you've got 2 tonight. You got a night off, then you head off to do this. How do you get the kids prepared to do this?
2 nights off, but
2 nights off.
Yeah. Then we, you know, it's one of those things that we want to kind of throw challenges at these guys. We don't want them to be complacent and just be relaxed with what they played around here and things like that. So they're kids. They're gonna adjust to the bar we set, and they'll find ways to get over it. And you know, it's a challenge. It's a challenging part of the season. That's what it was set up to be. It prepares us for later in the season during the zone tournament, state tournament, hopefully on past that. You know, that's something that we're trying to prepare for. We don't want to be just stuck in neutral and trying to beat teams around here. We want to take our program and grow it as best we can, and that's what's going to lead us into this next week.
In about 30 seconds left here, tell me, we know when we come back next Thursday for the Coaches Show, we'll talk more about Friday's cancer fundraiser night, but just briefly, so people will plan ahead for it on the 23rd, tell me just a little bit about what they can expect.
The 23rd is going to be a fun game. We've got, we're not permitted to talk about some special guests that we're expecting to show up due to NCAA rules here at the game on Friday, but we're going to have should have a good crowd out there. We have a young man that I know is listening to us, Wyatt Oshel, that I want to say hello to, and the team's thinking of. So we're looking forward to seeing a lot of people out for that game.
We'll talk more about that on our Coaches Show next week. Again, our Coaches Show here at Pizza Time will be next Thursday, June 22nd, not Wednesday the 21st. We'll be here on Thursday, June 22nd, same time, 12:20, following news at noon on KOFO. We want to thank Junior Legion coach Scott Sneathen for joining us here today. Our players who joined us as well, Owen Lamar, and from the Junior Legion, Michael Hull, and of course our head coach for the Ottawa Arrows, Brian Long. We want to thank Pizza Time for their sponsorship of the show and their hospitality while we're here. You can come out and grab some specials this afternoon and hang out at Pizza Time all afternoon long. Again, tonight, the pregame show, the Wise Guys Construction Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic pregame show with Gary Bateman at 5:45 as the Ottawa Arrows are in Emporia. Join us next week for the Ottawa Arrows American Legion Baseball Coaches Show on KOFO.
Information and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Daria Albinger. Speaker Paul Ryan wants the House to stand united in the wake of an attack against Republican lawmakers at a congressional baseball practice this morning. 5 people were shot, including minority